My name is Craig, and I'll be doing the service this morning. And our topic for today is when the heart and soul's love wants God alone, above and beyond all things, then the way to liberation is revealed. And that's from Sunburst founder Norman Paulsen. Paramahansa Yogananda said that one way to increase our devotion for Divine Spirit is to chant. And during this past week, I sometimes do it occasionally, but I've been doing the chant that we just sung in mentally as I'm going about my day, hiking or whatever I'm doing. And sometimes it'll switch to another devotional song, but he said once that it's like carrying a portable heaven within you. It's like we have this inner divine radio station that we can tune into. Spiritus FM, not Sirius, but Spiritus FM. FM. Divine frequency modulation. Another quote from Yogananda, he said, "To discover the hidden presence of God, you must love Him." But it came to my mind, how can you love God without knowing Him? You cannot love anything that is unknown to you. Can you love a flower you've never seen? And I reflected on that, and it's quite true. And during my life's journey, and I'm sure we all have had relationships where the other person is through some type of magnetism. It's just we just feel so much love and intoxication being in their presence. And it with me happened about 30 years ago. I keep a journal. So I look back through my journal, and it's about 30 years ago. And I wrote this here. I deeply feel that I am loving my human love, myself, and God at the same time. I offer my outer longing for the love of another into an outpouring of love and devotion for the divine within myself. My heart feels the rapture of 1,000 smiles. Dear Spirit, you fill me with the sweetness of male and female united within. There is no outward longing for another to make me whole. Just as a flower opens its petals to the light of the sun, I offer my heart's love and devotion to you, Divine Spirit. Now this was at a time where I think I wrote about 13 pages. I just kept writing and writing and writing, and the person that catalyzed this for me was about 1,000 miles away. And as I was finishing the whole letter, I realized that I was actually writing love songs to the Divine Mother and Father. So I've been able to turn that outward into the inward, and it was just, I was so full of love and devotion. In my meditations, I was able to see that star and the light as I wrote. But, this is a time, things come and go, this was a kind of a high time, and I thought it meshed really well with this topic today, because it's really true that when we love, we have that love kindling up in our heart, we can see that the divine is in everyone, and we're able to feel this sense of service We want to help other people. And it arises from that deep love and devotion. Yogananda said that the highest form of communication with spirit or God is to think of God as your friend. But I want to go back to how you can know God. If you can't, like a flower, if you've never seen it or never experienced it, how can you love God? And Yogananda talks about the human love as just a mere taste, a drop of the divine love. He lost his mother at a young age, and that loss was tremendous. But he was able to meditate deeply and discover that those two eyes, those brown eyes that he saw, was the Divine Mother looking at him, and he realized that all mothers are a reflection of the Divine Mother. But it took a lot of devotion and love to reach that state. He said that as the love of his children is the one thing the Lord is seeking. It is that devotion freely given in whatever form of expression, endeavor, or worship that brings his divine response. There is no having an image of a divine presence, a person, a saint, someone that you deeply love. This can be a way to fill your devotion in terms of that is a representation of divine spirit. Devotion is a deep admiration for God. It is characterized by an element of separation between the soul and the spirit. In love, there is a merging of the two into one. And this is what I found is that the object of devotion, there's the object and then there's us. But when you start to love, you merge. And that's what I was feeling, the merging. And another thing that saints and sages and people that have this divine illumination have said is that God has everything but our love. We have been given free will. The image of the divine imagined by you creates a receptacle to receive your love and devotion. Moved by your deep love, God responds mightily and personally in your life. And the divine is here for us, is always here, but he reveals or she reveals himself at the proper moment and at the proper time. So this is Norm was at Yogananda's monastery, and one of the brothers there he wanted to leave because he felt that he was meditating hours and hours a day, and he didn't really get any sign or evidence that or bliss or anything in the presence of God. And Norm said to him, "This is the Spirit. God knows your effort of turning the wheel of meditation, but meditation will only take you part way, and then you have to have just practice your devotion. And this takes a lot of faith. It's just not something." Norm had a special dispensation that he was born with a longing to love God, and he wouldn't give no for an answer. He would continually search. And finally, the experience of oneness with Spirit came to him. And I'd like to read a couple quotes that kind of from different illumined beings that had what they had to say about this topic. Sri Ramakrishna, if you've read the book, The Gospel of Ramakrishna, he was such a deep devotee of Divine Spirit. He would study the essence of all these different religious traditions, and he found that they all led to the same thing, this deep ecstasy and divine illumination. So he was able to find the pathway to illumination through all these different traditions. And he was able to realize that one is able to realize God just through love, ecstasy of feeling, devotion, and faith. He didn't really talk about meditation, but he says if your love is so intense and your ecstasy is so intense that the Spirit will respond. That's what Spirit's looking for, is that intensity. And Brother Norm said, if love is the key to the gateway of heaven, then devotion to God is the pathway beyond. So Norm, in his deep meditations, was able to perform perfect circulations of the light, which we call the Kriyas. And he realized that discipline and that intensity was given to him by the Divine Spirit. And from that, he was really, because he meditated so deeply using a technique, he was able to finish his circulations and then set it aside and hear the voice, "My son, are you ready to die today and come with me?" And he was able to answer without hesitation. He went through his mind of all the different things that he would be attached to, and he realized that he wanted only Divine Spirit. But this took many years and a lifetime of devotion, and his life with Yogananda really helped him out too, with Yogananda talking about to his monks about getting devotion. This was the thing that they were meditating morning and evening, and with that other, as I mentioned before, with that fellow wanted to leave because he didn't feel any presence at all. Before we go into the meditation, I'd like to play an excerpt from one of Norm's talks. It's about 7 minutes long, but it pretty much encapsulates this topic. When the heart's love wants God alone, above and beyond all things, then the way to liberation is revealed.
So Master was always saying to all the monks, get devotion. Don't read too many books. Meditate. Cry to God that He reveal Himself. And I did just that. And it happened. And it's still happening. And it never grows old, but it gets younger as you grow older, if you have nourished it.
Let us prepare our seat for meditation. Sitting, if you're sitting in a chair, just don't rest your back against the chair, but have it supported. And then your knees should be slightly lower than your hips, and you can adjust that by sitting a little cross-legged if you'd like on your chair. Like me, I have to have several pillows to elevate my feet and my legs. And then we want to be able to just do a little body scan and just relax see where there's any tension, just relax. And just breathe really slowly. Start the breath from the abdomen and just kind of breathe in and out. And then we want to bring our attention to the place within us that's inward from the temples and down from the crown and inward from the eyes. It's sort of like, imagine us sitting in our car or vehicle, and we're sitting in the driver's seat there. And the vehicle, the shell of the vehicle is like our skull. And so we're just sitting in there comfortably and looking out through the window, which is in front of us, and then we can just close our eyes so that there's just a little light coming in from below. Or if your eyes flutter, you can just relax and close them all the way. As we begin our meditation, we can chant inwardly, O Mother, Father, reveal thyself to me. O Mother, Father, reveal thyself to me. And there's different ones, the chants that you can use in different things. Just for today, maybe just do that simply, and keep your awareness, keep breathing. And those that have a technique, Kriya or whatever, can practice now. Paramahansa Yogananda called his organization the Self-Realization Fellowship. And as you reflect upon what those words mean, self-realization, I sometimes think of that story that we might have told about the devotee who went every day to the temple with an offering of flowers and placed them on the altar. And maybe it was Lord Krishna. It was a reflection of the divine. And the months passed and the years passed. And one day he was going to put the flowers on the altar, and then he stopped and put the flowers on his head because he realized that the essence of the divine was in him. And Norm, as he went on in life, felt the importance of sharing the message of cosmic consciousness, self-realization with the world, with all he could meet and speak to. And his realization was that the Spirit is within everyone. And he was feeling, and I know some of us feel that as we look out among these beautiful souls in the room today, and everywhere we go, we see our faces reflected in theirs, the divine reflection. And that is something to visualize as we go forward and think of everyone. Everyone has that pure self within them, that spark of the divine. You can pray along with me now for a prayer and then we can go on from there. Oh, dear Spirit, our Mother and Father, thank you for the divine love you shower upon us. It is that love which sustains us here. And without that love, we would cease to exist. We offer the bouquet of our devotion to you and to your divine reflection in the hearts and souls of all those around us and all living things, plants, animals, and minerals. For they too contain your divine presence. May this realization bring healing and harmony upon this garden world. And as each soul attains this divine realization, we know that it is broadcast to every living soul on this planet and throughout the immense creation. Thank you for this life. Amen.
Rainbows all around my heart, happens all